And we're live for the third race of season 14 of the AVF1 Championship. We're here in Bahrain with 14 drivers, most of the season so far. We've had a bit of a rough start, but now we're getting ready to start qualifying. 15 drivers actually, that's 75% of the grid filled. Very, very nice. I think every team has a driver. Yes, every single team present today with at least one driver. Very much looking forward to that. We're going into this race with Lars leading the championship, 52 points over Fast with 43, and then a big gap to the rest, led by Nak and Euphoria with 25 points. Let's see who's gonna come out. First, I see McLaren of Sander here, F1 Pro, who had been banned for the first two races, or three races including the Austrian sprint race. I should tell him that he has a quali ban. Let's get the stuff on. Let's do this the fastest lap. Details. Let's take a look on. Yeah, let's take a look at the tires here. Telemetry. I'll have it enabled for qualifying. Of course, I have the lap data on so that I can see the sector times. Even though I would like to have them permanently, but that's not possible. And I have the full track map. Here we go. Wonderful. Let's see who's first to do a lap. I think it's Pixel, the racing bull here. Let's go on board. He's actually on a lap or not. It's like a bit of a lift. Does not look like he's on a lap. Maybe the driver behind, Spidey. Maybe he's on a lap. Oh, Pixel's AI, I think. Oh my days. Oh my days, that's horrible. That's not what you want to see. Spidey getting impeded there. That is horrible. What's going on here? What the heck? This is really weird stuff. Take a look. What's he doing? Does not look okay. And again, no, that's not AI. That's definitely not AI. Oh, yeah, and that's Thijs who got spun around there by Pixel as well. Absolutely horrible. Anyway, let's see if there's someone actually on a lap. I think Spidey might go on a lap here. Let's follow him around an actual lap. Last Wessel, no, Wessel's not on a lap. Thijs has set the first lap, it's 140, but of course he did get sort of impeded. Not sort of, he got fully impeded by Pixel. And our first actual times are coming in here. Lars setting the pace with a 128.5. G-Bot taking third place on the mediums. He's trying to save a soft tire, I think, for the race. Expecting some safety cars here with this amount of drivers. The chances are high. Spidey puts it into P3 right behind Sander there, who technically got a quali ban but did not serve it, so there's gonna be consequences for that, and the stewards should be discussing that after today's race. For now we'll leave it as is. This is corner cutting, which is also not allowed, even on your in lap. So that's gonna be another likely to be penalty. Let's take a look at back here. I think is Nak on a lap? No, it doesn't seem to be on a lap. That's invalidated. Is he gonna dive into the pits or is he gonna try another lap? It seems like he's diving into the pits. He's not diving into the pits. Right in front of him, the other Puerto Rican guy. Yes, we have two Puerto Ricans with us today. Nak and Galaxy, or Grumpy Rican. 52. Going on his first lap here. First sector. Into turn 4. Now into the S section of turn 5, 6, 7. A little bit of a heavy lift there, maybe even a brake. Into the heavy braking zone of turn 8. Really sharp right corner. Not taking any risk on the curbs. In this corner also, yes, slightly on the outside curb. Not looking as smooth, but we'll see the times. He's got a nice slipstream here though on the back straight. Going very soon into the last sector. That's the Haas of Laurens going nicely out of the way. That's how it should be done. That's a great example of what Pixel should have done earlier on this qualifying, but didn't. Yeah, drivers like Pixel is people we do not really want in this league. Ah, yeah, okay, Sander actually listened and he got disqualified, that's good. Then he will start at the back of the grid. I would assume... Is that someone? Is that Lars? That appeared to be... Yeah, Lars should be at turn 1. There. He appeared to be sideways on the main straight. No idea what happened there, but his car seems to be okay. There is a yellow flag at the start. Okay, so after most people have gotten their first runs in, there have been some drivers, I think, who on their first run have been getting invalid laps. I assume that's Zach, Fast Lounge, Nuck and Fight Me. Not sure if Fight Me had been out yet, but I think he's now on his lap actually. So let's go on board to watch his second and third sector. To the main straight he goes and over the line. Puts it into pole position by exactly a second, actually. 1 second and 1/1000th of a second. Like he's playing some sort of sick game. This is amazing. So Wessel's got some improvement to do. Namely 1 whole second. Does he have that in him? Not entirely sure. He's on, I think this is his outlap. He might be trying to get a slipstream down the main straight. Here he goes. Does Wessel have an answer of the 127.3 of Fight Me on this track? To turn 1 we go. All the way down to second gear. Front tire squealing. Quickly on the power. Using the battery. Coming out of turn 3. And up to turn 4. It's a very aggressive turn 4 there. Not using all of the runoff that he has available to him. He sets a purple first sector, but you never know in this game if it's actually a purple first sector, so that data is useless. Thanks to this wonderful, wonderful game that Codemasters have created for us. Anyway, we're in the second sector. That seemed pretty clean to me. He's getting a nice sort of little slipstream, but G-Bot's having none of it. G-Bot's saying, you gotta do this yourself, my friend. I'm not helping you. And let's see if Wessel is gonna be anywhere near Fight Me's lap time. So far everything's valid. No invalidation. Going into the last corner, officially the last 2 corners, but we all know it's basically just 1 corner. It's this right-hander here. And then there's a little kink at the exit. Early on throttle, using all of the battery that he has. And he puts it back into P2, but is not close to Fight Me. I think Fight Me has checkmated all the opponents with... Oh, he's doing donuts. Wessel, what are you doing? You want to get yourself disqualified? Oh, he's getting himself disqualified in a very dangerous area of the track, but luckily for him there's no one coming. Wessel's gonna start from the back, is that correct? Let me ask him, so that we all know for sure if this is on purpose. I would assume so. Yeah. Did he actually get held bottom in sector 2? Did I miss that whole thing? Oh my goodness! What's going on here? I wasn't watching, was I? Okay, that's gotta be Ben for Pixel. This is just pathetic, honestly. Might even do a rehost after qualifying, I think. Yep. Horrible. Okay, let's go. Because of the yellow flag, I can't see how long we have. 3 minutes. So everyone's gonna do their last run. After that, we're gonna do a restart. Is anyone on an outlap? There's 3 people on an outlap here. Razor, who has been trying out driving without assists. And so far he's been present in every single race. He's been trying. And I think he's slowly improving. But there's still a long way to go. That's an unfortunate corner cut there. But it's still his outlap, so it should be fine. I think. Let's go see how he's doing on a lap without assists and cockpit view. I think he's also doing. So far, Fast got it into P2. Giving his teammate a slipstream? I don't think so. I think they're both on a lap. Okay. Oh, what happened there? Ah, Jesus, I'm missing everything. Anyway. There's stuff going on behind the scenes as well. Think we've decided to do the race anyway. Okay, Fight Me is on pole position, and I think we're gonna stay in this lobby. Euphoria in P2. Very, very nice. Fast P3. 7/10 behind. Only 2 thousandths behind that is Thijs and his teammate Lars. All within a second of Fight Me. Then we have Nak P6, Zach P7. Razor with his assists off in P8. Spidey puts it in P9, very close in front of Gbot. Lawrence almost, even more than 2 seconds behind Fight Me. And lastly, I think of the people who set the lap, we have Galaxy. He's not online. Okay, yeah, we're just gonna restart then, I think. Okay, let me get this. Quit the main menu. Okay. This is gonna take a while. Let's see, fight me. We should have 14 drivers. But I'll check once everyone's joined it, everyone's here. No one's here yet. Okay, that's 2 people missing who are missing. Damn it. Okay, now I gotta do the stupid grid. Gbot here. Okay, there we go. There's the grid. Now we're missing Gbot. God damn it. Come on. Let me do the grid. Where can I do the grid again? Probably here somewhere. There. Okay, so that means Euphoria will start in P1. Where's Euphoria? Down there. Even though Fight Me will get the point for the pole position. Fast P2. Dice P3. Then we got Lars P4. We got Nuck in P5. Zach in P6. Razorblade in P7. Spidey in P8. Gbot isn't here. Lawrence. That seems to be in order. Confirm. Should be there. You know what? I'll just do it like this, friends. GF. What? Then he should just be here. There he is. There we go. And once the infight is done and he's been put in the right grid spot, we should be fine. Let's hope he receives it, otherwise it's gonna be really stupid. This is taking way too long. He's not here. Okay, we're gonna continue without him, unfortunately. I think everyone can ready up. Okay. Oh man, this whole fucking thing. Let's hope the race is clean. Yeah, I just want to get this thing underway. Okay. Here we are. Let's see if this race is gonna be as much of a shit show as the qualifying. are almost ready to go. Boom, 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 boom. Here we go. We have Euphoria on pole position. Fast in P2. And then we have the two Mercedes. Let's see what they can do today. Followed by Nuck in the Ferrari. Zach in P6. Trying to help his teammate out for this race. Followed by Razor, who's in the middle of the pack. Without any assists. There has been a collision between Lowens and Sander. Amazing. We're off to a good start, I see. Without having even started. Brilliant. Ain't that brilliant. Oh, and Fight Me going off track there. Very, very wonderful. For the rest, let's see what tires everyone's on. Let's get this ready for the start. I'm gonna do the interval, the position changes. I have this one disabled. I have the full track. And then we should be ready to go. We have Fight Me and Wessel starting from the back as requested. Fight Me will get the point for pole position. But he is gonna start P12 because he asked to. If you want a reason, he got straight lined and is now starting from the back. Oh, that's not pretty. But he's back in his original position, so I guess that's fine. Everyone sliding into their spot. Leaders have set up. Ready to go. Racing here in Bahrain. I forgot to make it night, didn't I? Yep, I did, but that's fine. Because the lights are out and we're off. Let's see who gets a good start here. Off the bat. Fast is going down the inside of Euphoria. Is already in the lead. And charges into P1. There is a collision there. And that gives Thijs the second place. With Lars also going around the outside. That's 3 positions lost from Euphoria. After the first few turns, now he's got his teammate Zach right behind, not losing out of position. There's a collision between the Ferrari and the Red Bull. Zach has spun and might have some damage. No, it doesn't look like damage. There's Nuck going off track. I hope everything was fine here. Comes in right in front of Lowlands. And we have Wessel all the way up in P7. He gained 6 places. Fight Me though has done a master start. I wish we could watch that back, because what a start that is. He's already right behind Lars now, trying to get into the podium places from last into the podium. Within a lap he's going around the outside, he's on softs. And he gets the job. No, that's Lars defending hard there. And there was a collision, but I believe that Lars did have the position, but they're still going side by side. Lars has a bit more straight line speed. And he puts it in front. Almost touching, almost goes into the back of him. Oh, there's the Racing Bull of Razorblade going off track there. Here we can see everyone nice and spread out. Fast is running away from the 2 Mercedes behind, both in the podium spot. But we have Fight Me now under attack from Euphoria, but he has to back out. He's on hard tires though. Well, Fight Me is there's the Red Bull. Well, Zach has spun together with Razor. What's happened here? I must have missed it. Anyway, let's go back to Back here, bit of a little battle. It's Galaxy and Lowens fighting for the points. Lowens taps Galaxy a little bit in the rear, but he doesn't gain any advantage from that. Let's go back to the midfield right here. As I did miss Fight Me's overtake on Lars while looking at the back of the field. That's a bit unfortunate. But he's now gonna try and chase down Thijs and eventually Fast. Trying to claim his victory here after having scored only 1 point from the last 2 races. He's got Wessel chasing after him though. Wessel now going into P6 has overtaken Spidey. Fast at the fastest lap. Which is taken by Fight Me and then taken by Wessel. Will we get a 3 wide here? Wessel's going down the outside, going around the 2 of them, overtaking Lars. Lars has dropped back significantly. This now has to fight against Euphoria, and Wessel is now behind Fight Me, trying to chase him down. Okay, you see Fast now has a 3-second lead over Thijs. Thijs in P2. He's gonna need to look backwards into his mirrors. Because Fight Me is on a charge, and not only is Fight Me on a charge, Wessel's also on a charge for the podium spaces. And probably the win. While in the back we see Galaxy going a bit wide. Is that Laurens on the back of Sander, who has not been part of any incident today, is a bit slidey on the curb there, which gives Laurens a space. He's given the space. When I say that he's squeezed a bit wide there, a little bit of contact. But he's got the position going into the last corner. Actually, I should go watch this. Because Fight Me goes past Thijs before they even reach turn 1. Now Wessel's got to do the same. Here, going on the inside. Will Thijs defend hard? Thijs is on soft, while Wessel is going very deep. Almost losing the back there, but he's got the move done, and there's a yellow flag. There is a yellow flag. Who is it? It's Lars. Lars has had an incident, whether that was on his own or with someone else remains a mystery to us. Do we have a Nuck Spidey fight on our hands here? Not really, I don't believe so. Okay. I think now everything's calmed down a little bit. Thijs has a penalty there. Actually, let's take a look at the penalties. Ooh, Sander. That's gonna cost you. That 6-second penalty here. It's gonna be tough, but I'm gonna look at this middle pack here. Where we have Spidey right on the ass of Euphoria is going over a move on the inside. Euphoria not going defensive. What about Nuck though from behind? Is he gonna make it a double? He stays behind. Could have given it a try there, I believe. Would have been risky though. They're all on hearts. That's hearts for all 3 of them. Spidey's made the move on Euphoria for 5th place. And Nuck is chasing this duo down, searching for opportunities to get by, to get past. The car is very, very slidey. As Wessel here caught up to Fight Me. He has. They're both still 3 seconds away from Fast. Fast is building up a nice lead for himself. I do believe historically At least from my experience, fast is very fast around this track. Let's see if we can get that up. A little bit of a slide there, almost goes off. That must be a warning. Struggling around those corners. Behind we have Wessel in DRS. They're leaving the Mercedes of Thijs behind. The intern is being chased down by the pack of Spidey, Euphoria and Nak. But here we go on the soft tires, the first pit stop of this race. Fight me. Is he going for a double stop or is he going for a very, very early stop to the hards? I don't know how long the hards can last. But we'll have to see as it goes. Fight me the only one to pit this lap. Let's see what's going on here. There is a little battle going on here. With Thijs and everyone following behind. Spidey, Euphoria, Nak. This little mid-pack is gonna race for the big points. After the podium. So like the 4, 5, 6, those points. 12 points, the 10 points, the 8 points, and the 6 points. Those are some big points, especially if you're in the midfield for the championship. Every point counts. I do believe it's Heidi. Is the closest behind it. All the gaps are very, very, very close. Mostly within half a second here in this little train. Let's see if Thijs can keep them behind. Let's enable this to see how his battery is doing. Very bad. 6% going into the last lap as a half spin. And he's off track. He's off the track and he's getting overtaken by Spidey already. He might be diving into the pits on his softs. His softs are done. Now the hard runners. Here they go. Knox having a bit of a slipstream. He can't really catch up. He might decide to stay behind. Get a better corner. A bit more traction. Razorblade has a penalty. Can he get it done here? Euphoria very defensive. Ooh, Knox might go into the back of him. Slight contact. But everything seems to be fine there. Very, very intense close battles here. Euphoria making sure that Nak does not have an opportunity to come by. Euphoria very lucky to have the DRS from Spidey there. A little bit of a mistake from Nak. Losing out a little bit of time, giving Euphoria the opportunity to look ahead now. To see if he can make a move on Spidey. To get back into that P4 or provisional P5. Since Fight Me is now on. Let's take a look at the tires over here. Fight Me has opted for the mediums. He might go for a 2-stop, the soft, medium, soft. Or soft, medium, medium, depending on how long they go. Probably a soft, medium, medium, considering that the softs only last like 6, maybe 7 laps. But knowing that these 3 drivers are all on the hards, they could do some interesting strategies, especially if there's going to be a safety car. But here we go, our race leader Fast going into the pits. Well, where will he come out compared to Fight Me is what I'm most interested in. Here we see Fight Me going on the straight. I think he's got him. I think Fight Me will have the undercut here on Fast, and Fast has lost the provisional lead of this race. Fast has chosen the hard tires, is probably going to go till the end, while Fight Me is probably going to have to go for another pit stop. So this sets up a very, very interesting strategy game that will go on till the end of the race. And at the moment Wessel still has got free choice in what tire he goes for next. Probably going to have to go for hards since he's on the medium right now. So he might go for the 1-stop as well, which is a different strategy than Fight Me is going for. Will the 2-stop work out? Zachary is still on those old hard tire, 7 laps old now. I would not be surprised if he comes in at the end of this lap. Still seems to be having decent pace though. Nock has a 3-second penalty for multiple warnings of exceeding track limits. And that's the thing, track limits might ruin your race at the end of the race. Zach's gonna need to brake, he's going to pit, that's what I was thinking. He would not want to be on the outside of the car there. Very nicely slowed down. Wessel is now also pitting. Where will he come out? He's going to come out behind fast. He lost some time there in those laps. He's going to come out right in front of Thijs. He opted for another medium, so he's going to go for 2-stop. He's probably going to go for the medium soft then. While Fight Me is going for soft medium. He's 4 seconds behind fast, so he's lost some time. While Fight Me is now on the back. Ooh, there's a bit of a slide on the rear. He's on the back of... Oh, he's almost spun, but he saved it. Can Fast take advantage of this? I think he's just a bit too far away. They both have to deal with Sander in front, who's not a back marker. He is allowed to defend his position. And Fighty does a very, very nice switchback. Hits the front of Sander though, but he is through. No spin, no damage. Oh, Sander very, very slow. Holding up fast there, massively. Don't think Sander would gain anything from... He's trying to play the DRS game. He's pushing Fast wide. And he's gonna play the DRS game though. But Fast is deploying all his ERS to try and stay in front of Sander. I think he might have done it. Unless Sander throws a diabolical dive bomb here. He doesn't. He brakes very late though. It's gonna cost him even more time. Fight Me. Then on that corner gets a penalty. That might hurt him in the long run if he's battling for the win. Because Fast and Wessel both do not have a penalty. I missed Nock's overtake on Euphoria. And something has happened to Spidey. I missed the battle between the hard runners here. That would have been interesting to see, but I missed it. And then there's an overtake. Thijs, I think, went round the outside of Sander. There's a little kerfuffle here between Laurens and Razor is back in the race. Even though he hasn't stopped. No, he has stopped actually. Just very, very early on. It's gonna be a change of lead. They're not gonna pit. No. The Nock playing the game. Trying to make us think that he's gonna pit, but he is not pitting, of course, because these are hard tires. They're gonna go for a one-stop. Or just trying to break the toe. Maybe I'm just... my brain was somewhere else. He's not gonna go get it back. No, he's not. He's gonna stay behind for the rest of this lap. Unless Euphoria makes a huge mistake here. I like the helicopter view. This is a nice camera angle where you can see the lines that the cars are taking. Very nice. And they're coming back here. Very, very close behind each other. Nice. Okay, let's go take a look at these two. They're very close behind. There is some bumping there. What is Lars gonna do behind this Puerto Rican guy? Galaxy. Should I call him Grumpy Rican? That's actually a funny name. Went a little bit on the curb. It's lost some traction on the exit and is probably not gonna get the position here. Let's go back to the front then. As you see Nuck making a nice move around the inside, getting it done before the corner, not having anyone contest that overtake. Oh, and Sander crashed out. Sander has crashed out. Let's see if we can get a clip of that. Either he spun or he's purposefully put it in the barrier. There he is. That to me does not look on accident. That to me looks on purpose. That's not what you want to see. But I think there is now a safety car. I think there is a safety car now. Yeah, the safety car is out. There's the safety car standing. And the safety car will then catch up Nuck as the race leader. And I think the safety car came out when these guys just passed turn 1. So let's see if they're gonna pit for mediums. Let's see. Actually, this is a tough choice for the hard runners since mediums might not make it that long. Let's see what they will do. Nuck going in for a stop, followed by Euphoria. If anyone gets a penalty here, I'll be very upset, because this is a safety car. You should play it very safe. Putting on the soft, going hard, soft, medium, I think then, because the softs are not gonna make the end. Interesting strategy. Nuck's gonna come out in front, which means that Nuck will then restart this race for us after the safety car is gone, but this is gonna be interesting. This throws up the whole strategy plan for all the drivers, and some people might have profited. I think it's mostly the hard runners, maybe even the medium. The people chose the mediums. Ooh, Spidey went for mediums. Will the mediums go 16 laps, 15 laps? That's gonna stretch it a lot. He's gonna have to nurse those tires a lot to make that. I don't think it's possible from what I've seen. I don't know how far the tires are, how much they wear down. Let's take a look at the penalties very quickly. Razor and Thijs having 6 seconds. And Nuck has a 3 seconds and Fight Me has a 3 seconds. And Galaxy also has a 3-second penalty. But it's mostly Fight Me and Nuck that I think might miss out because of those penalties if no one else gets a penalty. In the meantime, I'll ask Sander what happened on his crash, and we'll see what kind of answer we're getting from him. Safety car is staying out one more lap, allowing everyone to catch up, even Razorblade, giving everyone a second chance. Ah. Looks like a DNF on purpose from Sander there. Should have technically DNF'd in the pit, but we've all been there. Whatever the cause, this does make this race exciting. Now trying to warm up the tires. Oh, is it gonna go one more lap? Please, Razor, catch up quickly. Please catch up quickly. Please catch up quickly. The safety cars. Gonna go one more lap, I think. Oh no, safety cars in this lap. Safety cars in this lap. That's very, very late call. That's a very, very late call. Nuck's gonna now pump the brakes. Everyone behind waiting for Nuck to go. They're going side by side, and Nuck's going. He's going. He's made a huge gap to Euphoria. Huge gap to Euphoria. Let's see what's going on behind. Is that Fight Me is gonna burst down the inside? There's gonna be a contact there. Yes, oh, I could see that coming. Euphoria and Lars, they're coming together, and a huge crash there for Zach. Lars still trying to defend against Fight Muse, going down around the outside, and he's still going side by side. Dang it! And he's made the move. He's made the move on Lars. And he's now into P3, while Wessel's now trying to get on the inside of Lars, giving him enough space, and chasing down Fight Me, as he has done this whole race. There's a bit of a situation going on here, I think. Is Spidey ghosting? Has he got the ghosting issue? Not entirely sure there. Ooh, that was almost contact. Not sure what Spidey was trying to do there. But Nuck and Euphoria have got a decent lead. There's Thijs, what are you doing? Trying to go on the inside there, cutting the corner. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. Here we go. Fast, trying to make the move on Lars. He was the race leader for the opening stages of this race, then got overtaken by Fight Me. But now he's trying to make his way back up. And they're going side by side, but there's a bit of pushing and pulling going on there. It's the two Mercedes now trying to get toe for each other, and they're trying to block in fast, which has worked because they both got past him. They both got past him. They worked together quite well there, quite clean. But here we go, the two Alpines against... Oh, there's a bit of contact. Oh, Spidey's doing a dive bomb from nowhere. And again, Spidey's trying to do a dive bomb from nowhere. Making very, very weird decisions here. Oh, he's almost lost it, caught it though. And made a decent save. Right now they should keep their head down, because Thijs has got a 9-second penalty. Mercedes in front of the two Alpines, trying to keep it together. The Alpine's very aggressive, especially Spidey. He's shown it with two very aggressive dive bombs. They're both weaving very aggressively, pushing Spidey on the grass. Interesting tactics here from Mercedes. Spidey can't make a decision. He's pushing. He can't make a decision though. And now he's trying to go around the outside, almost getting pushed off. And now he's pushing Thijs off. Where are they? Oh, that's not gonna end well, I do believe. Keep it clean, guys. Or maybe I'm a bit too late with that. Because Spidey's made the move on Thijs. Sort of. Oh my goodness. I can't see anything on this camera. Thijs got a better exit. A lot of stuff going on here. See what tires these guys are on. Wow. Very aggressive defense there from Lars and Thijs against Spidey and Fast. Spidey's letting his teammate by to see if they can find a gap. Lars is pitting. Is on very old mediums. 9 laps. So I guess 9 laps is how long mediums can last. Oh, wait, what? Lots of penalties extra? No, actually no. No. Fast has made the move on Thijs as well. Let's see what's going on behind here. As Euphoria has made the move on Nuck for the lead. I've been focusing so much on the midfield that you can see at the bottom right. The whole field bunched up together, but the top 4 here battling it out for the win. Nuck's gotta have to pit again though. And I think Euphoria, who's on soft as well. Five Me and Wessel are gonna go till the end. I think they're gonna battle it out for the win. Because Nuck and Euphoria both still have to pit. Let's see. Oh, I'm missing. I'm not looking. There we have another pit from Zach this time. Nuck has taken back that lead of the race. Let's see what Fight Me and Wessel can do here. Will they wait for the 2 drivers in front to pit, or will they take matters into their own hands and take positions early on? That's a bit of a compromised exit from Euphoria, giving Fight Me all the overspeed. But especially here, I think the softs are done. And oh, there's a bit of contact. I'm not sure if Euphoria saw Fight Me there. And Wessel is very, very close behind. Is he gonna go for a move? No, not in this corner. They're all in a DRS train here. This little top 4. Over the curb. And here we go. Onto the main straight. DRS is opened for 3 of the 4 drivers. Only Nuck doesn't have DRS. He's gonna be chased down. And Fight Me is going on his inside. And Euphoria is going around his outside. Oh my goodness. Fight Me turned in way too soon, not knowing that Euphoria was also around the outside. Or maybe... I actually have no clue what happened there. But that's lost Nuck positions compared to Euphoria, who's now very much enjoying that first space. And I think Wessel also likes that, since he's overtaken Fight Me. Now, if Wessel can make the move on Euphoria, can try to run away from Fight Me. Lots of very unclean moves this race. That's not really what we want to see. Today's not been a great day. But that doesn't mean that it was boring. Definitely exciting. Now with Wessel and Fight Me having DRS here, Nuck is likely to fall back. He's gonna go into the pit. Does he have damage to his front wing? I don't believe so. Let's see what's going on here. Euphoria defending from both sides. Oh, and it's a spin, half spin from Fight Me. He's losing a lot of time there. He's dropped 2 seconds behind Wessel now. And Fast is right up there. As Razorblade's got another penalty. Nux coming out in P10. Going for mediums, I think, yes. 11 seconds behind Lauwens, who's on the hards. He's gonna have to gain all that time back to get some form of decent points. The safety car really messed up the hard drivers. The drivers who started on the hards, except for maybe Spidey. Depending on if Spidey can save up his tires. Medium ones. Or if he has to pit again for softs. That's what it's all coming down to. In the meantime, Wessel did get a penalty. And it's also 3 seconds, putting Wessel and Fight Me on even ground. Fast going wide there. Thijs having 12 seconds at the moment. And that is our current race leader, Euphoria, going into the pits. Let's see where he comes out in comparison to Nuck. He should come out ahead, but we'll see. Opting for another set of softs. That's a bold move. He's gonna have to do 7 laps on those, and they usually last around 6. Zach did 7 laps of them in the first stint. And he's gonna come out a few seconds in front of Nuck. See if Nuck can stay close enough behind. Wait until those softs drop down. Maybe Euphoria makes a mistake. But they're now fighting for the lower points. You see the top 3 very nicely in coverage. Fast might win this if he keeps this going. If he can get close enough and not get a penalty, he might win this. That would be amazing. But I think on pace, Fight Me and Wessel are faster. Right now he's provisionally in P3, but only 6/10 more dropping back. And we're in P3. But if Fight Me and Wessel start fighting up front, it might cost them both the win. This is gonna be a very tense last 6 laps or so. If those two can catch up. If Fight Me can catch up to Wessel. Otherwise, I do not think that anything is gonna change in the current order, except for Thijs is gonna drop back a lot. And that's it. All the other penalties don't really matter. Closest gap we have right now is still Spidey, still on the mediums. Is he gonna go and finish the race on them? That's the question. I would really like to know how far those tires are gone. I would really like to know. They should add that to the game to give us an insight in the tire quality, and also just give us like a the same kind of graph you have on the MFD, where you basically see the car. Ooh, that's a half spin from Spidey there. I almost saw him going into the wall. But what I was talking about is that I think you could implement like what you have right here on the right side, and have like the telemetry enabled, and have like an extra tab where you can also add maybe on the left side or next to the middle telemetry a sort of visual of the car, and then you can see what color the tires are, like the percentages of the tires, and if there's front wing damage or engine damage or that, so that you can, as a spectator, have a bit more insight in the drivers. Let's get back to the title fight, but first we have an overtake from Razorblade on Lars, and Zach's also very close behind. Right here, but also Laurens being caught up by Euphoria and Nuck, who both want to gain as many positions as they can, because they've lost a lot. Nuck sliding on those mediums, trying to follow Euphoria. Keeping an eye out on Fight Me and Wessel. They're 6/10. I'm gonna take a look on them on the straight. Let's see. Does Fight Me have a good enough run here? Half a second. Half a second. He's got a good run. DRS opens right now. Wessel's using all the ERS that he has. Still a lot more than what Fast has. He's 4 seconds away from Wessel. He needs 1 second. 1 second is what he needs. What's going on right here? I think that's Laurens getting double overtaken. Laurens, of course, on all the hards. There's a little bit of contact between him and Nuck, and he brakes very late. Very late against Nuck. Ooh, very, very early turn in there from Laurens, but Nuck was there. That was very nicely avoided there. That could have been a disaster. And that's Spidey. Oh, he turns in on Zach there. That was very mean. Giving Lars an extra position. But what I think I want to watch is this fight up here. Because they got, what, 4 laps to go? And with 4 laps to go, Fight Me is in the DRS here, 3/10, 4/10 away from a potential first win of the season for him. And there he goes, zooming by on the DRS. Is Wessel gonna try to make a move? Locking front wheels from Fight Me there, but he's made the move stick, and he's in the lead right now. Getting a good enough gap to Wessel to keep that lead for at least 1 more lap. Now I would assume Fast wants them to battle even more. Go side by side for a few corners, but he is struggling on those hards. He's losing a lot of time. And right now it looks like he needs the 2 of them to collide. Okay. Okay. There we go. About 3.5 more laps until we've reached the end of this race. This very eventful race. Lots of stuff going on. From Fast getting a very early lead to then the crash of Sander causing the safety car. which threw a lot of strategies overboard, I think, and has caused all kinds of funny shenanigans. Knocking Euphoria, not the best strategy. Got a bit unfortunate there with the early safety car while being in the hearts. Same goes for Spidey. Might have even been off worse choosing for the early mediums instead of the softs. Let's see what Wessel can do here with 2.5 laps to go. Euphoria got a penalty. This gives Nux the opportunity to. The tires are really taking their toll here. Lots of sliding going on. Let's see if Wessel can take the lead here. Fight Me is letting it happen. He's got all the ERS to try and fight it back on the last lap, I think. I think he's not gonna try to get it back here. Also, it's very far away. He uses a little bit to try and stay with him. Wessel also got... They're both saving a lot, while Fast is using everything he's got to try and stay as close as possible. But he's losing out. While here we have Nuck. Within 2/10, he's going to send it down the inside. Trying to not make contact. Going a bit wide, but he's sliding a bit, losing traction. And he hasn't made the move. Euphoria for now keeps that 6th position. And in front we have Galaxy trying to hold on to 4th position actually, because Thijs has 15 seconds of penalties. He's gonna drop back to 7th. And that's a penalty for Fast. Fast has gotten 6 seconds of penalties in the last few laps. And Spidey is overtaken Lawrence for P8. But Lawrence is the only one without a penalty. I want to give huge compliments to Lawrence for not getting any penalties today. Very impressive. Because we all know how tricky these corners are. It's very easy to run a little bit wide on all these corners. Let's take a look here. On the last lap, Fight Me hasn't been able to take Wessel. Fight Me's also picked up another penalty. That means that Wessel's probably gonna win this race unless something weird happens in the last half of this last lap. He's really on the edge of the throttle there. But with 8/10, I think Wessel's got this one. Let's take a look here. Euphoria's got past Galaxy there, but Nuck might not be able to. Here we go then. Oh, that's a little bit too much of the throttle. Here we go then. To the front 2 runners. Into the last corner. Fight Me's not gonna make it there. He's gonna try to do it and he's going wide. Wessel's won the Bahrain Grand Prix in style. Wonderfully managed the penalties and Fight Me's pace. Fight Me comes home in 2nd, Fast and honorable 3rd, finishes off the podium. Thijs is coming in 4th, but he is gonna drop back places. He's gonna drop to 7th place with Euphoria, Galaxy and Nuck coming 4th, 5th and 6th. Getting those bigger points that are off the podium. Laurens on penalties gets into P8 in front of Spidey. And I think Lars finishes off the top 10. Yep. All in all, a very eventful race, that's for sure. That's for sure. But Wessel, the current F1 AV champion, has won his first race of the season and is chasing his 3rd championship. Wonderful performance there. Fastest lap goes to Nuck. That's an extra point for him. Very nicely done. Most overtake from Laurens. Okay, these. Okay. No, very nicely done from all these drivers. Here you have the final standings. Outside of the points, unfortunately, Razor and Zach and Sander, with that crash causing the safety car, comes in 13th. Yeah, very, very eventful race. Very, very interesting race. Lots of battles, some clean, others maybe less clean. But it was something today. And I think we can call it an end. And we'll be back maybe next week with the stream, maybe not. I need to see if I'm available. Goodbye.